From a group of tourists narrowly escaping an unexpected blast, to an eruption in Papua New Guinea sending a shockwave high into the sky, and a never-before-seen close-range video of the summit of Mount. Italy has 4 active volcanoes: Mount Vulcano, Mount Etna, the fan-favored Mount Vesuvius, and Mount Stromboli. Mount Stromboli is a 3,000-foot volcanic island in the Tyrrhenian Sea, the body of water between Italy and Sardinia. It's one of the 8 Aeolian islands, forming a volcanic arc north of Sicily. Stromboli is only 5 square miles and is basically all volcano. As of 2019, about 300 people live on the island, an island the BBC calls the Italian island of perpetual fire because of its high volcanic activity. On August 29th of 2019, Stromboli once again violently awakened, and a live webcam captured it all on camera. Choppy audio aside, the live webcam has an unbelievable view of Mount Stromboli. It explodes like someone dropped a bomb through the top, sending a massive plume of ash high into the sky. Then, it bursts again from the side, sending another wave of debris and dust into the ocean. Eventually, the smoke blocks the camera, and we can only hear what's happening. The summer of 2019 was a pretty active year for Mount Stromboli. An eruption at the end of June claimed a hiker's life, and the summit was shut down for tourism due to high activity. A fun fact, many believe Lord of the Rings author J.R.R. Tolkien had Mount Stromboli in mind when he came up with Mount Doom. Wakari Island, also known as White Island, is an active stratovolcano about 30 miles off of New Zealand's northern coast in the Bay of Plenty. The entire island covers about 800 acres of land, but it's just the peak of a massive submarine volcano. It is among New Zealand's most active volcanoes, built up by continuous eruptions over the past 150 years. On December 9th of 2019, several tour groups sailed out from the mainland to explore White Island when the unexpected happened. The volcano violently erupted, forcing them to flee toward the waiting boats. 47 people were on the island when it exploded. Sadly, some of them didn't make it off. A dramatic home video by Alessandro Kaufman captures the live perspective.
Iniciamos às 10, são quase 2 horas da tarde, finalizando aqui. É isso. Man,
that's terrifying. You can't tell your mom. You can't tell your mom this happened.
No. Man, look. Jeez.
Are you gonna be okay?
I don't know. Come on. Let's get off of here. Jesus.
The video opens with a group of eager tourists headed out to White Island. As their boat draws near, you can already see a bit of steam emitting from the mountain's peak. They embark for the beachhead, equipped with protective gear and gas masks in case something happens. We get picturesque shots of the steam, but a guide warns how hot it is. Almost 300 degrees Celsius, or 572 degrees Fahrenheit. The group eventually makes it back on the boat and is far enough away when White Island blows its lid. The guides usher everyone inside the cabin as the toxic volcanic air is incredibly harmful. Sadly, 22 people lost their lives during the eruption or succumbed to their injuries in the hospital. Many sustained severe third-degree burns to most of their bodies and needed several skin graft surgeries. The 570-degree steam and toxic smoke engulfed those trapped on the island. New Zealand regulators charged 13 parties for the tragedy on White Island, but everything is currently tied up in court as of 2022. The Bismarck Archipelago sits in the Solomon Sea, just off the east coast of Papua New Guinea. The island of New Britain is the largest among several and serves as the border between the Solomon Sea and the Bismarck Sea. About 500,000 people live in the shadow of Mount Teverver, an active stratovolcano on a northeastern peninsula. Mount Teverver has a long history of destruction in New Britain. In 1994, an eruption devastated the town of Rabaul. In 1937, another eruption claimed over 500 lives, and a blast in 2006 shattered windows up to 7 miles away. While sailing in Blanche Bay, one videographer captured another explosion in August of 2014.
Here we go. Where do we get to move? I said, where do we get to move? Feel that? Yeah, they're still ringing.
Look at the top of your screen when the volcano erupts. We see this white cloud emerge and then almost collapse on itself. Then the shock wave pushes through the other clouds and out to who knows where. A massive ash plume rises into the sky, and 13 seconds later, we finally hear the big boom. By the video's end, the ash plume looks like Godzilla come to destroy New Britain. The resulting ash cloud was so big that air traffic control had to reroute flights between Australia, Japan, and Shanghai. Meanwhile, many evacuated the Rabaul district, perhaps having flashbacks to 1994. Some stayed behind to watch the eruption from the beach, and the Australian government advised against visiting the island until Mount Teverver calmed down. Sakurajima Island, which translates to Cherry Blossom Island, is an active volcano on the southern tip of Kyushu, Japan. It used to be its own island, but massive lava flows during a 1914 eruption connected it to the mainland, forming the Osumi Peninsula. As it stands, Sakurajima is the most active volcano in Japan, a country ripe with volcanic and seismic activity. In 2013, Cherry Blossom Island had already erupted 499 times before August. That means if you put a camera out there, you'd capture more than one eruption every day. The August 18th eruption set a new ash plume record for Sakurajima, and a few stationary cameras were there to capture it. We get a few different angles of Sakurajima blowing its lid as a massive plume of black ash rises up into the air. Another camera, set further away, captures the entire eruption in all of its glory. Finally, we cut to a nighttime shot, allowing us to see the red and orange hues brewing underneath the smoke. Sakurajima gave scientists cause for concern in the summer of 2015. Japan's meteorological agency issued a level 4 emergency warning that urged those living nearby to prepare for evacuation. They were worried that Sakurajima was on the verge of a major eruption, and it finally did in February of 2016. Thankfully, the eruption wasn't as bad as they thought. Then again, Sakurajima has a lot of volcanic competition since it lives on the Pacific Ring of Fire.
You say that I'm psychotic.